I'm rough like a freight train, smooth like ice, and yo, just straight up, I think I can beat Mike Tyson.
Man, you could beat him, man.
So, man, word.
Beat him, man.
You know, I put on a couple pounds, man, we can do this, man.
Although this decade is less than a year old, we may have already witnessed what could go down as the greatest upset in sports history.
When Mike Tyson took on James Buster Douglas 4 months ago in Tokyo, the champion's aura was as intimidating as Foreman's or Liston's in their prime. Tyson seemed on the verge of his 38th straight professional victory when he put the challenger down in round 8. But Douglas was able to continue after what would later be called another long count. And Tyson's title was suddenly in jeopardy as the fight moved on to the 10th round.
Oh, what a right hand by Tyson to begin the 10th round. Emphasis on man, Larry. This has been an inspired, courageous performance by a man whose mother has died within the past month, whose son's mother is battling a difficult kidney ailment, who had every reason to come into this bout depressed and downtrodden, chosen by no one to have a chance of getting out of the first few rounds, and he has thoroughly dominated Mike Tyson with the exception of the moment when he went down.
Well, the other day, John Johnson's Douglas' manager, and Douglas himself said, I am a new person now, and apparently he is.
He's been a whole different person than the one every boxing expert expected to see here.
It appears that Tyson is virtually a one-eyed fighter at this point.
Is there anyone here who can honestly say they saw it coming?
I always felt the stature of a big man, good left hand, a lot of strength, lock him up in close, could lick Tyson.
Did you think it would be Douglas, though? Did you see this?
Everything I said, the adjectives I used pertain to Douglas. Big guy, mobile, strong.
Archie, have you ever seen a fighter who inside didn't look like he wanted to win? I don't mean a guy sits down and says, I want to lose tonight. I mean a guy's not fighting like he's usually fighting. And you see, it's not him that night. You know, have you ever seen that happen to a champion almost give away his championship?
No, what you're speaking about regarding Tyson and Douglas, it wasn't that way, but apparently as the fight progressed, then it became increasingly viewable that this was happening. What we was not expecting to happen, because this man was using a left jab as if though he was a welterweight. Very hard and stiff and often. And as the rounds grew on, then you could see where it was going to be a futile effort if Tyson didn't really get the clicking.
Isn't defeat as important as victory? How you recover from defeat? All the champions you've seen, when you come back from a defeat, isn't that the mark of a champion?
Well, Lewis was knocked out by Smelling, and then he knocked Smelling out in one round, and he came back from that. But I can't go with hindsight, you know. I thought somebody was going to beat Tyson sooner or later, the way he was going, but I didn't think it would be Douglas, in all honesty.
George, earlier in the show we saw long counts involving Dempsey and Tunney and Liston and Ali. What effect did the long count have on the Douglas-Tyson bout?
Even talking about that fight kind of put me on a limb, because you know I've got Holyfield. I'm the trainer of Evander Holyfield.
That's why I asked you the question.
So I don't want to say the wrong thing, because, you know, I don't want it to interfere with us, our fight. But I'll tell you this, he went down, and the referee counted to 10. And when a man counts to 10, the fight's over. And that's what happened. What can I say?
I think it was much ado about nothing. Controversy, nothing. The best man won the fight. Douglas stopped Tyson. That was it. I don't think the long count had any play there. Talk about long count. Dempsey, Tunney, forget about it. That was an atrocity. That was 40 counts.
Tyson's count was to 14 by the clock when he went down.
Give or take a pound. Well, what's the difference? He was knocked out and he got counted out.
Marv, I think it's been forgotten already, that long count. Nobody talks about it anymore. Douglas is the champion.
All right, we'll be back to wrap it in just a moment. And when we return, our panel...